getting started with your group project in Google Slides. So here's what you're going to do. Ms. Ussery has set up a file for you so that you can have your election project that you're going to need to share with your partner. To find it, go to Ms. Ussery's website, ussery.weebly.com. From Ms. Ussery's website, you're going to find which class you are. So let's say you're a block. And there's a link to the Google Drive. You're going to select Google Drive. And this is going to take you to Ms. Ussery's folder that she has shared with you on Google Drive. Here you can see your project, which says Copy of Presidential Election 2016. To get this to your drive, here's what you're going to do. Now, only one person in your partnership is going to need to do this. The other person will have the file shared with them. So to make it a little quicker, here's what you should do. One person from your pair finds the file and right-clicks. When you right-click, if you have a Google Drive account, which you'll have to have a Google Drive account for all of this, whenever you right-click, you have this option, Add to My Drive. So you're going to select Add to My Drive. In another tab, I'm pulling up my Google Drive, which if you pull up a new tab, you can go to drive.google.com, or you can choose that Apps button and select Drive. So within my Google Drive, it's placed alphabetically just in your main folder. So here's the copy of the presidential election project. You'll see that if you try and open this, it tells you here at the top that you can only view this presentation. So you can't make your changes within this presentation. What you'll need to do is instead, when it's here in your folder, you're going to right-click and you are going to make a copy. So you find it, right-click, make a copy. Now remember, as it's making this copy, only one person in your group needs to go through these first steps. There's going to be something else to share this in a minute. So now I have a copy of this, and when I click it, remember last time it said View Only in the top left corner, and now it doesn't say View Only in the top left corner. Up here at the top, the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to rename the presentation. You'll probably want it to have your name in it. So let's just say if I'm doing it, my last name is Dowda, so I'm going to have Dowda Presidential Election. And let's say that my partner on this is Miss Wallingford. And so I might say Dowda Wallingford Presidential Election 2016. Now with this file, you've got it all set up. The next step is going to be sharing this with your partner in your group. So remember, only one person has done this up to these steps so far. To share it with a partner in your group, what you're going to do is select Share. And you're going to enter the names of the people that you want to share it with. You'll also want to make sure whenever you enter the email addresses that they can edit it. You have choices here that they can edit, they can comment, they can view. If you want your partner to be able to work with you on this, you're going to want to make sure that it says Can Edit. Once you've entered in your email address, then you can click Done. And what's going to happen is this is going to show up in their Google Drive. They don't have to make a copy of it. If they make a copy, you're going to be working on two separate documents. So you want to make sure that just this one is shared. It will be in their Google Drive now, and you don't have to make any more copies. So here you've renamed your presentation, and you have all of your pages here. All of your pages that are in here are in slides. You're working in Google Slides now. You'll notice this is a picture, and so you could move this picture around, but you don't want to do that. What you're going to want to do is work on top of the pictures. To do this, you're going to fill this out. Instead of doing the packet on paper, you're going to add some text boxes where you want them to go. Up here, if you hover, you'll see it says text box. So you'll select the T with the box for text box, and you'll draw that box where you want it to go. And this just takes a little bit of playing around with. But on this one now, I'm going to put my name. And there we have the text box drawn. Another good feature to be aware of is if you select the text box, and notice the crosshairs that come up when I come to the edge of the text box, not inside the text box, but crosshairs that come to the edge of the text box. If I do this and I hold in Control D, it duplicates the box. So I don't have to draw another text box again. I can just move this one and I can change the text on here. So on this one, I don't know when it's due, but let's just say that it's due September 5th. That's Labor Day, but it won't be due then. So again, if I want to duplicate that box, find the crosshairs and Control D, duplicate. And you can go ahead and you can continue working there. Now another trick is, just so you don't have to continue to do more and more text boxes as you go along, if you select that text box again and get the crosshairs again, Control C on your keyboard is going to copy. I'm going to come on down over here to your first activity page on the candidate biographies. What you can do, remember we got the crosshairs and Control C, we copied the text box. If we, on this page, Control V, like Velcro, it's going to paste it on there. And so what you can do is you can list on here who your candidate is, and then you'll be able to do your text box right over these lines. Now on this one, it doesn't look great, and you won't be able to line it up really well if you have the text box on these lines. So what you'll probably want to do is you select the text box. Up here at the top, you have an option for fill color. And if you click the arrow for the fill colors that are available, come over to white, and now notice your text box, it just covered up the lines that were there. So then you can just do your text boxes. Again, if you want to copy that box, clone that box, then you can do that, and that's just a nice shortcut for how to add the text boxes on here. So what you've been able to do so far is you've been able to navigate to your drive, you have added the project to your drive, one person per pair, you've edited that file and changed the title of it, you shared it with your partner, and then now you're able to add text boxes. So this will be a great way to get you started for this project.